better place, we have to have right thinking, right thoughts, and the right action. And today, the moral values have gone. Many a times you make noise, you do not listen to the teachers, and then in turn, teachers they do not know how to teach you. And according to our ancient culture, Samskriti, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. If you want to really imbibe the knowledge from teacher, you have to treat your teacher as a real sacred person, and that's the right reason. A teacher's teacher, a guru's guru, that is the Veda Vyasa, and he is the one who compiled all the Vedas and to make the world better, not only with the knowledge, with the health. It is the only Indian Samskriti where, according to the scriptures, even yoga, dhyana is part of the education. No other system teaches the better way of living than yoga and dhyana, and that is the reason when Modi ji asked for UNO to start the yoga day, they said, you don't propose, we will propose for it. And 192 countries, they started yoga and dhyana. Today, right from New York to Japan, in Tokyo, you go to any of the gyms, every gym practices Ashtanga yoga, and everywhere the people are practicing meditation. Once I would just, I didn't have anything. Whenever I don't have anything, I just start meditating. A lady sitting next to me, she asked, oh, you are meditating? Can you teach me how to meditate? And then another lady, I was in the Frankfurt airport, I was doing dhyana, went into samadhi. You know what is samadhi?
Yes.
Went to sleep. And that girl waited for 3 hours, and when I woke up, she said, I love India, I love Indian culture, she kept on and on and on, and at the end she asked, will you teach me Surya Namaskara? In the Frankfurt airport, she learned Surya Namaskara, and that is the greatness of Indian culture or Samskriti. So, Gurukula system was the one which taught not only to maintain your body for your knowledge, your buddhi, your mind, to have a control on the mind. They said brahmacharya and then atma bruddhi. So atma bruddhi, and that comes, all these 4 are taught only in Indian Samskriti. Rest of the country, either they talk about the body or their intelligence. And today, as a result, if you see that our old education system is gone, and that has been replaced by draconian donation system. Unless the donation system goes, the future of this world cannot be better for our children. So whether it is girls or daughters, it is immaterial. Every child should get education without donation. And today, unfortunately, we had Takshashila, Ujjaini, Kanchi, treating so many things. The people from disciples from all over the world, they were coming to these universities. But today, the degree certificates are being sold in the universities and producing not educated people, educated monsters. If we have to stop that educated monsters being produced, we have to prevent this, introduce the value the way of teaching in IITs, IIMs, medical college, especially universities like JNU. The people who talk about destruction of the nation, Bharat Mata, we are there because of the Mata. Without her, we can't be living. And if you talk about destruction, we are monsters. And as a result, this draconian way of society, which a degenerated, decaying society that has evolved, has to go. The children, laborers, and whether they're domestic or elsewhere, that has to go. And the children, future can be better only when they are educated. And apart from that, the human trafficking has increased, especially more and more young girls are sold for prostitution, and that has to be stopped. Unless that is stopped, we cannot have a better world for our children. And even the lowest of the low, poorest of the poor, a a child should get a good education, and they are the ones who can bring a change in this world. And midday meal, today you know how much scam is there. That midday meal scam has to go, and the children should get very pleasant, very balanced and good diet for them. And unless we give a good nutritious diet to the children, their brain, their development and their education cannot. See, food is the one, food for the thought as well as the food for the stomach. Both has to be right, and then only our world can be better. And once Bill Gates said, technology is like books. To have an equal society, it is necessary for everyone to have an access to it. But today, only handful of people are getting the technology, the rest of them are kept away. If the technology had to go to everyone, today there wouldn't have been so much queue in front of ATMs, you know, everybody would have had the cashless thing. And Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, that is the best one, because in the last 10 years, 10 crore children, the girl population has come down, and a nation cannot progress. This world cannot be a better place to live if we continue the female feticide. And hence, we have to give good access to them, and the children should be taken out to get a hands-on experience to know what the world is. And apart from that, the global exchange programs must be there for every schools and colleges, so that the children learn from each other, and that is the way. So education is not just to give you degrees, education is to give you better IQ, that is intelligent quotient, better EQ, that is make you more efficient, then give you SQ, the spiritual quotient, and also HQ. Can anyone tell what is HQ? The happiness quotient. Okay? You are happy only when you have a good habits and the good way of living. But unfortunately, the habits are inculcated. As Mr. Prakash said, in Kannada, 3 ವರ್ಷದ ಬುದ್ಧಿ 100 ಕಾಲವರೆಗೂ ಅಂತ. So whatever you learn as a child, it remains. You look at the spelling of the habit. If you take H, a bit remains. If you take away A, bit remains. If you take away B, it remains. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಗುಣ ಉಗಿದ್ರು ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸುಟ್ಟರು ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂತಾರೆ. But once upon a time, our grandparents used to teach us the way of life. Today, whatever I am, because of my grandparents, they taught me how to be on the right path. But unfortunately, today, the children are misguided and they are going in the wrong path. And hence, first thing is the health. What is health? Health is not just the mental health or the physical health. Physical health anta ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜಿಮ್ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಗುಂಡಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದಾದಾಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. You don't call them healthy. Very brainy fellows, very intelligent, misguided fellows, they become terrorists. They are also not healthy. So what is health? Health is when financially, socially, if you can lead a fruitful life, then you are the healthy. So to lead a financially good health, you have to have good education. To lead a socially fruitful life, you have to mind to think about the society, this nation, this society, and in the whole universe, you have to see the world, and then only you can be the healthiest. Just while coming, I saw a student literally coughing on my face. I was coming on the footpath, and then he also came, and he just sprayed all the infected material on my face. I said, oh my God, the first thing that I have to tell in Dayanand Sagar College is, the fastest bowler bowls at the speed of 90-96 kilometers per hour. Single ball, and the batsman sees, he hits out or gets out. Whereas when you cough or sneeze on somebody's face, you are spraying millions of organisms on the face of the person who is in front of you at the speed of 166 kilometers. And at the 166 kilometer speed, millions of organisms come coming, you have no chance to escape and you become sick. And that's how within 2 days you get the fever, cough, cold and everything. The first thing that one has to learn if you want to be healthy is cover your face and the nose when you are sneezing and coughing, and don't spit here and there. And this is the first thing all educated people should learn, because if you cover your face and the nose and then wash your hands, then the infections will go into the drain, otherwise you are spreading it to others. Unfortunately, today India is number 1 in tuberculosis, number 2 in HIV/AIDS, and this is the pathetic thing. So just education is not enough. The basic manners and etiquettes have to be learned, and that is the way. So basic manners and etiquettes means you say, oh hi, how are you? Shaking the hands, that is not the manners and etiquettes. When you do that, you are shaking hands with somebody's dirty hand, you are getting the infection from that hand, and from your hand you are giving the infection to that person. The best thing is to do namaskara. You know, when you do namaskara, the Atma in you is saying, wishing graciously to the Atma in the other person. When you do namaskara, you know, you are thinking of Paramatma, and Paramatma's Atma is there in every one of us, and be Indian and you can be the healthiest, and that's the way to go about. And I'm sure most of you must be having lovely nails like this and painted too. But then look at the underneath how much dirt and how much the infection is there. And one has to wash your hands. There are 6 steps, and unless you do all the 6 steps, your hands will not be clean. By just washing the hands repeatedly, you can bring down 50% of the illnesses. 50% of illnesses will come down by just washing the hands. And remember, your hands must be clean. In India, when we say your hands must be clean, it is not just the physical hands, even the spiritual hand. That means you are not going to take the bribe, you are not going to harm anybody, you are not going to slap, or you are not going to hit anybody with your hands. So have the clean hands, and that's the way to go about. Now coming to the water. Water is the elixir. Without water, we cannot live for more than 3 days. The water has to be there. Every one of us should drink at least 1 to 2 liters of water every day, so that unwanted things can be washed out and that can be thrown in the urine. But unfortunately, in our country, the water contamination is so much. The population is 1.3 billion, and we have 4 billion episodes of diarrhea in our country. So that is the pathetic situation, and 3 million deaths occur directly due to the water contamination causing the diseases. And this has to be worried about. And the water, not only with the organisms, even with the chemicals, especially the fluorides. The fluorides can change their gums as well as the bones, and as a result, though we have achieved 100% success in eradicating deformity caused by the poliomyelitis, the deformity caused by fluorosis are still persisting. So if you want to make a better world to our children, we have to give the good quality water to them to drink. And the paradox is, look here, she is a missile woman, the first missile woman of the country, and look at the other woman at the other end struggling to get just drinking water to their family. So this is the paradox. So on one hand, we are spending 23 crore rupees to go to the Chandrayaan. Last week itself I had been to ISRO. They gave me a beautiful Mangalyaan replica, and they are doing amazing work. So simple, and they are doing such great work, and that great work achievement can come only, as your Princey told, when we leave the ego and then we work together. Unless as a teamwork we start working, we cannot progress. And look at that. We are spending 19,995 crore rupees to treat the diseases caused by the water contamination. And how of you think he's a hero? Raise your hand. Oh, how many of you think he's a zero? Raise your hands. Okay. How many of you drink Coca-Cola, Pepsi or aerated drinks? Raise your hands. Oh my God, that's terrible. Okay. For us to survive, we have to have oxygen. We have 60 trillion cells in our body which require oxygen, that is pranavayu, and then nutrition that the heart gives. But when we take oxygen, inhale inside, what we give out? Carbon dioxide. That means carbon dioxide is not good for the health. Now in this aerated drinks, the bubbles that they come, what are they? Carbon dioxide. So are you intelligent to take the carbon dioxide into your stomach and into your body when it is not required by the body? First thing. Second, why the color is dark?
Chemicals.
Why the color is dark? Your mother gives you milk, you say, no mom, hal beda. But you go and drink this halal. Why it is dark? Why is it dark? Because it contains the caffeine as good as drinking 6.5 cups of coffee at a stretch. When you drink, it is like a coffee decoction. You are drinking the coffee decoction at a stretch. So your heart rate increases, your brain becomes alert, your brain will not sleep, and the sleep is very important, and the heart cannot be unnecessarily, heart rate cannot be increased. And this caffeine is known to be cancerogen. It causes cancer, and apart from that, it increases the heart attacks. Third thing, when you drink, does it burn or it is soothing? Does it burn or is it soothing? The mother that she gives you milk is soothing. That's the best antacid that anybody can have in the world. Whereas when you drink this Coca-Cola or Pepsi or any drinks, it contains phosphoric acid, and that phosphoric acid burns. And after our death, everything decays, only two things remain. What are they? Bones and teeth. Why do they survive? Why are they so strong? Because of calcium. So when you drink the Coca-Cola containing phosphoric acid, calcium is depleted from the bones and the teeth, and then it becomes calcium phosphate and gets deposited in the kidney and forms the kidney stones. Now the children are getting kidney stones, whereas our grandfather at the age of 95, his kidney was working well. Why? Because of our wrong habits. So never aim at the best and imbibe the wrong habits from them. Drink milk, badam milk, limbu pani, half a lemon per day keeps the cancer away. So see that with the jaggery, whatever is prepared is excellent. But all these aerated drinks are injurious to health, and apart from that they get pesticide as well as alcohol in that. So say no to these Western beverages. Now, how many of you have realized that it is very important for your health and not to drink these wrong things? Raise your hands. Both the hands. Now, how many of you have decided not to drink from today? Raise both the hands. Shall we clap for ourselves? Okay. Now, I'm sure each one of you must be going for the pizza as well as the hamburgers. And the whole thing is made in maida. There are three white poisons. One is maida, then sugar, and then the salt. And all these three are very high quantity in the Western food that we take from the shelf. Whatever the mother prepares is an excellent food. And today obesity is increasing among the children because of this. And with the obesity is mother of 4 deadly diseases. Once you become obese, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart attack, all the 4 will automatically come, and that's the reason say no to the junk food. Along with the junk food, smoking and drinking in excess has caused havoc, and today more youngsters are dying before retirement, and the parents have to do the funeral for their children. So remember, this junk food has to be kept away and take lots of vegetables and fruits. And when do you call it junk food? Junk food is the one which is a fast food. As soon as you eat, you feel it is very tasty and you feel very full, but then it contains only sugar, trans fats and also the maida without any micronutrients. There is absolutely no nutrition in that, and that is not good. Very attractive, all of you feel that you should go for that. But then what you have to go is not the attractive, what is good for your health, and that is the vegetables, the fruits, the milk and the nuts. These are the ones which give you better health. And I told you there is 60,000 trillion cells in our body. And to give the nourishment and the oxygen to the 60,000 trillion cells, our body, the heart pumps the blood, and the blood that goes through the blood vessels, if all the blood vessels are kept in one line, it becomes 60,000 miles. 60,000 miles means going around the world 1.5 times. And that much blood goes with every beat of the heart. And to keep the 60,000 miles of blood vessels, the only thing that can keep them free of the oxygen-free radicals is the antioxidants. And the antioxidants are maximum in the citrus fruits. And that is the reason ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಋಷಿ ಮುನಿಗಳು ಬರೀ ಹಣ್ಣು ಹಂಪಲು ತಿಂದು 100-200 ವರ್ಷ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. But today you are eating junk food and then asking the death to come nearer to you. So say no to the junk food and eat lots of fruits, all the varieties, at least 3 to 4 per day, and then take the proper vegetables, and the more vegetables that you take, the more micronutrients and the vitamins you get, and your health also improves, and your skin will be glowing so much because of the fruits and the vegetables. So your face doesn't glow with the glow that you apply, it glows when you have the inner health is very good, and that's the way to go about. Now when it comes to the fats, you have to say no to the animal fats, especially the egg, the mutton, the lard and the trans fats that are there in the bakery items. And especially the pizzas, if you take 3 slices, you are taking 1620 calories with lots of sugar and lots of salt in that, and that surely you are inviting the coronary heart disease. And the more bakery food that you get, the worse it is going to be. And as a result, today the junk food, bad habits, especially the smoking, has destroyed. See, Osama bin Laden hit only the Twin Towers. But tobacco not only hits the Twin Tower, it hits your Pentagon also. So what are your Twin Towers? Your brain and the heart are the Twin Towers for our health. And the lungs are the Pentagon. So lung cancer, cheek cancer, stroke, heart attack. So what are you left with? Nothing. And that's the reason this tobacco has to be said no. And to grow a tree it takes 20 to 40 years, and to cut it to make the cigarette, it doesn't. A person who smokes about 20 cigarettes, he spends about 3,28,000. This is the old estimate, maybe now it is more. So if you want to make a better place for our children, say no to tobacco, because you are literally taking away their future. What that money could have been spent for their education, for their marriage, for any good thing, rather than burning that. Still worse, smoking not only kills the smoker, it kills the people around him, the family, the society, ecosystem and the country and the civilization, and still worse, 7,000 billion tons of paper is used to only wrap the cigarette, and with that we can give free books and free notebooks to all the children in the world. So if you want to make a better world for the children, stop smoking, stop using the burning. So remember, whenever we cut the trees, we end up with the disaster. And the disaster, is he a hero or a zero? Who is the hero and who is a zero? The one who has a cigarette and the gun is a zero. But the man who never smoked off screen, on screen, who did yoga is the hero. So, unfortunately, today more and more younger women have started taking up smoking. Don't think by smoking you are aping the West and you are becoming modern. No. When you smoke, it is going to kill the baby inside the womb. A young mother is more damaged and her to-be-born child is going to be damaged with the smoking. And today, say no to the cigarette and light the lamp of knowledge with the program that we do like this, and say no to the tobacco. Each cigarette contains 1 milligram of tobacco, nicotine, and if that is injected intravenously, it's an instantaneous death. It is more poisonous than the deadly cyanide, and hence passive smoking. Tell your parents, especially your father, if he is smoking, say no to them. And that is the waste. The smokeless society we have to have. Smokeless means even the smoke coming from this. And this is the beautiful Taj Mahal. When the smog occurs, look at that. Today, our society, if we want to give a better world to our children, we have to say no to that. More and more people are dying of heart attack, and the heart attack is because of their laziness, lack of activity, tobacco smoking, and though we have got angioplasty, balloon angioplasty, everything is there, that is very costly. The good cholesterol is HDL cholesterol. When you exercise it becomes more. Bad cholesterol is the one that you get from the animal fat. And the brain is an excellent one. And God has given a brain which has got 8 to 9 billion brain cells, and our brain is equivalent to 1.2 billion average PC. And when He has given such a super brain to us, let us learn the way to live, the way to increase our ability. And by drinking alcohol, every time 8 to 10,000 brain cells are dead. And hence, if you want to have a better quality of life and better world for the people, say no to alcohol now and then keep away from that. And alcohol can destroy every part of the organ, every part of the body. Not only that, unborn baby inside will have a fetal alcoholic syndrome, and as a result, the whole future will be destroyed if anyone takes the alcohol. So let us shun the bottle culture. That is the milk bottle, soda bottle, Pepsi bottle, then alcohol bottle, ending up with the glucose bottle in the hospital. And the stress is the other one which is killing us. Have a good sleep. Minimum 6 to 7 hours of sleep is extremely important. Don't become the stress junkie. Don't fight. And to end, prevention is better than cure. Healthy eating, active, not smoking, no alcohol, keep your body weight trim, do the Surya Namaskar every day.